region, one quality of the nakshatra of Bharani. What is that quality? The quality that we explore today of Bharani is that of righteousness. Where does Bharani get its righteous quality from? The deity of Bharani is Yama. Yama is the lord of righteousness and dharma. He is the one who controls the aspect of right and wrong in every person's life, and this is recorded in his books by his minister, by his assistant Chitragupta. So, as we move on to the charts, we would be able to see that there any planet which is posited in Bharani shows a righteous aspect. If any planet or ascendant is posited in Bharani Nakshatra, then that aspect of that planet shows righteous associations. Moving on to the first chart of Franz Karl Archert. Who was Franz Karl Archert? He was the person responsible for discovery of sugar from sugar beets. He was a German scientist, chemist, physicist, and biologist, and he was the one who made sure that sugar, which till then was a very precious commodity afforded only by the rich, moved on to the poor also. And he did not patent this, his invention, making it cheaper and making it freely available to everyone around. This caused him a lot of problems. People who used to manufacture sugar in the early 1800s, they were very, very upset with him. They wanted him to say that it was wrong and falsify his discoveries so that they could continue to mint money from making this sugar and from selling it at very high prices. However, he refused to do so. As a result, his house and his laboratory was burned so many times, and he died a penniless man, a person who made discovery of something that is now worldwide freely available to everybody at very, very low prices, had to die in penury. But he chose to die like that instead of minting money at the cost of the poor. We see that he has Ketu and Sun placed in Bharani Nakshatra, and that too in the ninth house. The ninth house stands for truth, it stands for dharma, it stands for righteousness. Top it all, it has the Lagna Lord Sun, and Sun also stands for what is right, what is the soul. Sun is also the Karaka for dharma and the universal truth. Ketu is the spiritual principle. All in all, that gave him the impetus to allow his discovery to be used by others, unaided, in sense, not copyrighted, and also without falsifying any documents at the cost of his own health, wealth, and safety. The second case is that of Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa, as everybody knows, is a famous saint of Calcutta. Well, she has a moon and Saturn in the nakshatra of Bharani. Moon is her eighth lord of death and dying, and Saturn is the second lord of morals. Saturn is also the karaka of death, dying, destitute, leprosy, and moon is also the karaka of mother. Known as Mother Teresa the world over, she took it upon herself to see that the poor and the needy in Kolkata received a lot of love and care, at least while they were dying. She believed that death should be dignified so that a person could die with a lot of peace. That was Mother Teresa for you, having Saturn and Moon in Bharani. Martin King Luther, very famous American pastor, activist, human rights, and leader of the African American civil rights movement. He's best known for his role in the advancement of the civil rights movement against the blacks by Americans. He used non-violent methods and methods of disobedience instead of violent means. He was the one who organized the 1963 March on Washington, where he delivered a speech which was, "I have a dream," and that speech has become legendary. Let's see what Martin King Luther has. Martin King Luther has his ascendant in Bharani. Ascendant in Bharani makes it a very strong position for himself. His lord of the nakshatra, that is Venus, is placed in the 11th house of accomplishments. Venus is also the second lord of morals, ethics, and values. It is also the seventh lord of very strong public platform. So we see how Martin King Luther, with his ascendant present in Bharani, has gone on to achieve so much. Moreover, Mars, the Lagna Lord, has moved on to the second house. Second house is again the house of ethics, morals, and values. This Mars is retrograde. Retrograde Mars shows passive aggression. The idea of non-violence, protest through non-violence, is a very much show of passive aggression that he had and he felt against the injustice that was meted out to the African Americans. So, the element of righteousness covered in Bharani Nakshatra. Keep watching out for this space and we'll keep bringing more and more to you. Thank you so much.